Shalom, it's your brother Yirach, giving all praise to Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rachakwadash, giving me the spirit to do this lesson. Shalom to the elect of Israel, the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, whom the Lord will have mercy on in these latter days. Shalom to the men of the Lord that are prophesying, preaching, and teaching on the highways and byways in sincerity and in truth. Shalom, shalom. I'm going to read Daniel 7:23. This is concerning the fourth beast, which is the beast that's in rulership today, which is America, confederate with the other European nations in this global infrastructure that we see. I'll play a video and we'll get some more precepts, Lord willing and edifying. Daniel 7:23, it says, "Thus he said, the fourth beast shall be the fourth kingdom upon the earth, which shall be diverse from all kingdoms, and shall devour the whole earth, and shall tread it down, and break it in pieces. And the 10 horns out of this kingdom are 10 kings that shall rise." Now these 10 kings are European nations. That includes England, what was known as Spain, Portugal, all the European nations that were a major power in Europe during the Roman Catholic era. This is going back from really the late 1300s, but they really came into power in 1492. When Columbus basically sailed over here. That's when the peak of their power came. And it says, Salakia, and the 10 horns out of this kingdom are 10 kings that shall arise, and another shall rise after them, and he shall be diverse from the first, and he shall subdue 3 kings. Now that king that rose out of them is America, and the 3 kings that he subdues are the other 3 kings that were over here in the Western Hemisphere known as America, and that's French, that's the French, that's the Spanish, and that's the English. Now we know the Americans come out of really the stock of England mainly, but we all know the story of the American Revolution. They rebelled, they subdued the English, they subdued the French and the Spanish, and they basically took over this landmass now known today as the United States of America. All right, so this is that king that was diverse from the first, that subdued the other 3 kings, and he shall speak great words against the Most High, and shall wear out the saints of the Most High. Because America is the one who did the most wickedness. They did the most facilitation of the transatlantic slave trade, and they facilitated the whole thing. Even the ones in Haiti, the Jakes out there, America being able to take over this landmass had a lot to do with it. Even though the French were largely the ones who started it, America ended up taking over this whole territory, this region. And the rum runners, which they use rum to pay for a lot of our forefathers, that all came in the New England area of Rhode Island, Connecticut. Like America made the most money off of this, so they wore out the saints of the Most High. Cotton alone was like 50% of U.S. exports. They were balling. You put Jake to work out in the fields. So America, at the end of the day, America came out by far the richest from slavery. Out of all the nations that were Confederate, America made it the most off of slavery. So when it says, "and shall wear out the saints of the Most High, and think to change times and laws, and they shall be given into his hand until a time and in times and the dividing of time." So they're talking about America in this situation. Daniel, Salakia. And that time and times and dividing of times is basically up now, man. The Most High has now had it. We're now starting to see the beast show his teeth, and at this point, great judgment is about to set in on this place. It says, "But the judgment shall sit, and they shall take away his dominion to consume and destroy it until the end." Now I want to play uh, a video that Esau Edom has put out. Now this is the World Economic Forum here, right? And we'll read a few of the comments. This is called the Great Reset. Now all of this time we've been talking about uh, the New World Order is a conspiracy theory, you know, even though most people who have common sense, they know it's not. You can just clearly see how they move, how they talk, how they speak, that that this was an inevitability, you know. But now you'll see, and I'll read the comment. The comments are hilarious because Esau Edom, you know, he's in there, and you know Jake is probably in there too. Uh, they're ripping this whole video to shreds, man. If you look at this video, look at the likes to dislike ratio. It's almost 5,000 to 2,000 likes on this video. Now this is basically a trailer. Like, you know, you have a movie trailer that says coming soon. This is basically a trailer that Esau Edom has put together of what he's planning to do, and he's calling it the Great Reset, which is an innuendo for the New World Order, and you can clearly see it. It's just a giant movie trailer, man. It's very satanic and demonic. I'll just play it without further ado. I just had to pause it right there. System, all that madness you just saw, he's the cause of it. All that waste in the landfill, all of these protests, all these people wearing masks, people are scared because they're fear mongering in the media. He literally is the cause of all of it, and now he's got the audacity to say our systems need a reset because this is order out of chaos. He's caused the madness and the chaos and the wickedness, and now he's got the perfect solution for you all of a sudden. Now all of a sudden he can produce a vaccine in less than a year. You know, when historically it's taken, you know, an average of 10 years to create any vaccine, and they still have side effects even after 10 years of development. But now he's got the answer to everything, man. This is how you know this thing is demonic, and this is Satan at work. Now you notice, I'm gonna rewind that actually. They showed the wildfires. You saw that? That part there. If I can get it back. It was quick. But I wanted to stop that to show you that even these things that are so-called natural disasters like this here, they're not natural disasters. Esau knows how to stop those wildfires that are happening in California. They're just leaving dry brush and debris out there in the wilderness, man. And a lot of times I think they're starting those fires, like even the ones especially the ones in Australia. You had Edomites that are on camera got caught, you know, starting those fires. So this is all a giant spell, you know, just witchcraft basically. And now look at this, the money printing. That's a major sign when they say a reset. So you know the global reserve currency is about to get a major overhaul, man. They're about to do away with this dollar. They're telling you basically right here, we need to reset the money into something that benefits us. This is the World Economic Forum, you know. So look how he's styled that up to be like a trailer. You know, he's got the music playing in the background, trying to get everybody, amped up. Like, yeah, let's reset. Look at these comments. We do not consent. You will not prevail. Humanity prevails. 1,000 likes. They're offering solutions to problems they have created themselves. The New World Order is no longer a conspiracy theory, technocratic, totalitarian, transhumanist slavery of mankind, because they do want to do transhumanism, which part of that is that chip. Globalists have caused all the world's problems and now have the solutions. This video is very disturbing. Look, what are my 10 comments in? Not a single good comment. I do not agree or nor consent. World Economic Forum's satanic agenda. Wake up. We do not consent. Because Esau Edom, hey, I hate to break it to you, but y'all don't have a choice, man. See, this is a common game of Esau Edom. He tries to sell you on the idea that he's already made a plan to do with or without your permission. You know, so this is gonna happen. He's gonna try to make that move, and it's gonna result in a global reset and then putting hands on a lot of people. You know, and I highly suggest watching this video and going through the comments. Look, they comparing it to the Hunger Games, because that's exactly what this would be if this man were to stay in rulership. This is why the Lord has to come back, man. You know, let me get Revelation 13, which goes hand in hand with Daniel 7. It says, this is Revelation 13 and 11. It says, and I beheld another beast coming up out of the earth, and he had 2 horns like a lamb, and he spake as a dragon. Now that's America. You have this whole left-right, paradigm or dichotomy in America, but which can be said as liberal, conservative, Democrat, Republican, left, right. It has many different terms, but at the end of the day, that's those 2 horns. It says, and he spake as a dragon, and he exercised all the power of the first beast before him, and causeth the earth and them which dwell therein to worship the first beast, whose deadly wound was healed. Now that first beast was Rome. Because Rome is this is basically a reincarnation of Rome, whose deadly wound was healed, because all the architecture, all the infrastructure, it's all Roman. The legal system, the legal terms, all the important things of this society that keep it together, it's all based out of Rome, Roman culture, paganism. It says, and he doeth great wonders, so that he make fire come down from heaven on the earth in the sight of men. Those are the bombs. You even had nuclear bombs in 1945. Says, and he deceiveth them that dwell on the earth by the means of those miracles which he had power to do in the sight of the beast. And a part of those miracles are the internet, the electricity, the satellites. That's how he's deceiving everybody. He's telling you he's the most powerful, and he's got the power to broadcast that message everywhere, because he's really behind this World Economic Forum, believe it or not. In this video, it says World Economic Forum, but you got a whole side of the planet that's ready to basically go to war with the other side of the planet. So this is not representative of the entire world. Although he does have a foothold, a stranglehold on the entire world with that U.S. dollar, which he is going to weaponize. And I sincerely believe myself, when they change that dollar over to this digital currency, that's gonna spark World War III right off the bat, man. All hell's gonna break loose at that point. It's gonna stop being a Cold War. It's gonna stop being a trade war, and it's gonna be a physical war. And then that's when the Lord is gonna start showing himself, man. I can't wait. It says, saying to them that dwell on the earth, that should make an image to the beast, which had the wound by a sword and did live. And now this World Economic Forum, this rhetoric that they're speaking, that's the image. If you are part of this World Economic Forum, you want this whole reset, this idea of green, clean living, which they should have done to begin with. But why do they need to have a green and clean energy now? Because of problems they created. They decided to dump all this carbon in the atmosphere and pollute the rivers and the ocean with plastic and all types of other madness and abominations. They did this, and now they're the only ones in the position that can fix it. So you got to stay reliant on them. This is that image, man. You worshiping the image of Satan, really. It says, and he had power to give life unto the image of the beast, that the image of the beast should both speak, and this movie trailer of the New World Order they put out is the beast, is the image speaking, and cause that as many as would not worship the image of the beast should be killed, because ultimately that's what's going to happen. If you're not down with this great reset, as they said here, great reset, you will be killed, man, ultimately. They'll either kill you directly with the sword, or they're just gonna starve you out if you don't take the chip. You know, at the end of the day, that's where we're headed. That's where we are now. We're basically there, man. And we all know this part. And it says, and he causes all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, receive a mark in their right hand or in their forehead. So that is part of this great reset. You see how it all ties in together. It's gonna tie in to the RFID chip being injected into your right hand. And if you take that chip, you are done. There is no redeeming you, because the Lord is already set for this place to be sacrificed by fire. It says, and that no man might buy or sell. That means that chip is going to have the new currency tied into it. All right. And it's going to impact the entire world. Save he that had the mark or the name of the beast or the number of his name. So this is how this devil is moving now. This trailer just came out on June 3rd, but they're having conferences about it right now, this month in August. They're debating it. They're talking about it right now as we speak. If I go back, if you read it, this is the highlight of some of the leads. You can just type in WEF, the Great Reset, and all these videos will come up. Look how the dislike ratio on these. But these are some of the leaders going in a little bit more about it. But this section here says the Great Reset will be the theme of a unique twin summit to be convened by the World Economic Forum in January 2021. So they're planning this reset for next year. And this whole COVID-19 thing with the vaccine, they're just preparing everybody's mind to just get in line. They're socially programming you to be obedient for what's to come. Because 2021 is about to be the year, man. The Lord may just show up, before that or right at that time. I hope he does. But this thing could happen going into next year. I really don't see us being here more than 2 years. If things keep going at the pace that they're going, we'll be out of here next year. In my humble opinion. But let's read Isaiah 14. Just to condemn these devils, because this is the mindset of them, and this is what's to come to them. This whole chapter is really good. I'll start at 12. It says, "How art thou fallen from heaven, O Lucifer, the son of the morning?" Now Lucifer is a term that just means light bringer, which Isaiah is really just being facetious here, calling him Lucifer, because Lucifer is really anybody that brings wisdom or light or knowledge to a situation. Which Yahushua was also referred to as Lucifer, because he is really the true light bearer, the true man of wisdom. It says, "O Lucifer," talking about Esau, Edom, "son of the morning, how art thou cut down to the ground, which didst weaken the nations?" Because he weakened all the nations with this nonsense. It says, "For thou hast said in thine heart, I will ascend into heaven. I will exalt my throne above the stars of God. I will sit on the mount of the congregation in the sides of the north. I will ascend above the heights of the clouds. I will be like the Most High. Because that's what this whole global reset is about, trying to reestablish control over the entire earth. But the earth was only given into the hands of the wicked temporarily, and Esau Edom is trying to maintain his hold on that power. But we both know the kingdom is promised to Jacob, which is Israel, which are the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans predominantly, and those are scattered out, throughout the other nations that have what we refer to a lot as a confusion of face, which is just means they just look like another nation. It says, "Yet thou shalt be brought down to hell, to the sides of the pit. They that see thee shall narrowly look upon thee and consider thee, saying, Is this the man that made the earth to tremble, that did shake kingdoms?" So people, when this whole thing is said and done, they gonna be like, "Y'all were the motherfuckers ruling? Those shrill, shriveled up white people, old Edomite white men that did all of this, caused all of this mayhem, and you saw it in the trailer how much distress the earth is in. Hey, the earth can't wait for this thing to be over with, man. The earth itself is gonna rejoice. The animals are gonna be good. The trees are gonna be good. The cleanliness of this whole place is gonna be, it's gonna be top notch after this devil's gone down. It says that made the world a wilderness and destroyed the cities thereof, that opened not the houses, not the house of his prisoners. Because Esau is basically keeping everybody prisoner. You can't do anything without his say so. You can't make a lot of money without him taxing you 40%. Hell, you can't even own land, if they want to levy property taxes against you. They can take that away from you. It says, all the kings of the nations, even all of them lie in glory, everyone in his own house, but thou art cast out of thy grave like an abominable branch. They're going to try to go underground and hide when the Lord shows up, and they're going to get rooted out of there. It says, and as the raiments of those that are slain thrust through with the sword, that go down to the stones of the pit, as a carcass trodden under feet, thou shalt not be joined with them in burial, because thou hast destroyed thy land and slain thy people. The seed of evildoers shall never be renowned. And that's you, Esau, Edom, so-called white people, which there's Edomites that look like other nations as well too. So if you're of that line, man, at the end of the day, this is your destiny. This is your fate. It says, prepare slaughter for his children for the iniquity of their fathers, that they do not rise nor possess the land, nor fill the face of the world with cities. So y'all will never own cities again after this. Y'all won't have any rights. Y'all won't have say so in nothing. You're gonna be a servant class in perpetuity until that 1,000-year reign is up. Then you're gonna be destroyed and done away with. And to be honest, it's gonna be a hardcore slavery for you people. It says, for I will rise up against them, saith the Lord Yahweh of hosts, and cut off from Babylon the name and remnant and son and nephew, saith the Lord Yahweh. I will also make it a possession for the bittern and the pools of water, and I will sweep it with the bosom of destruction, saith the Lord of hosts. It says, the Lord Yahweh of hosts hath sworn, saying, surely as I have thought, so shall it come to pass, and as I have purposed, so shall it stand. I will break the Assyrian in my land, and upon my mountains tread him under foot. Then shall his yoke depart from off them, and his burden depart from off their shoulders. It says, this is the purpose that is purposed upon the whole earth, and this is the hand that is stretched out upon all the nations. So the Lord is in control of this thing, man. It says, for the Lord Yahweh of hosts hath purposed, who shall disannul it? And his hand is stretched out, and who shall turn it back? So with that, hopefully y'all were edified. Call halal Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai Ba'Hashem Rachach Wadash and Wa Abad Babal.